Good morning, day. I don't know, I'm gonna say 124. See how close I am. I'll figure it out later. I'm feeling surprisingly good this morning. I'm heading down. It's 5 miles to the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center, which is also not sure what it is. It's kind of a hostel. You can do laundry. There's the cafeteria. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna find. And I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do today. Do I need to get a new pole? Can I hike with one pole? I'm gonna wait till I get reception. There's a call I can make. So anyway, bit of an uncertain day and next couple of days. Part of that uncertainty is the wildcats. That would be the next segment that I have to do. And of course I have a really good understanding about what it takes to do a mile on boulders compared to other places. This is actually a pretty good trail right here. And so having to reassess the distances that you can realistically go, and there's not a lot of options. It's like one camping option and then one hut. But you know, this weekend, Memorial Weekend, I don't think the hut's an option. So I would have to go over a bunch of 4,000 foot peaks to get to that camping area if I were to try to do it today. Oh yeah, on my tent last night, you know, I use my trekking poles to set up my tent, and of course one of them's busted in half, so I improvised with a stick, and it worked fine, and it's a good thing because it did rain some last night. I am entering the Madison Gulf. I think that's just a kind of like a canyon-like thing where a bunch of rivers or creeks come together. And it's steep downhill, but I'm not walking on rock slides. Or boulder fields, so hey, that's okay. 1.9 miles to the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center. The trail's been over this 5 miles or so by White Mountain standards, easy as it gets. By just general AT standards, pretty difficult and rocky. I have confirmed that today is indeed day 125, and I am at the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center, gorging myself, uploading videos, and just chilling out for an hour, charging up devices. I spent just a little over an hour at the Visitor Center. It's a good facility, and decided to move on. I think what's kind of gonna get me out of my funk from yesterday is just to tough it up and do this. So it's gonna be a tough late morning and afternoon. I've got about 8 or 9 hours to do 12 miles or so, maybe a little longer. And I'm told after a mile I'm going to go up the steepest mile on the AT. So hang on. And it turns out the broken section of the pole wasn't that long, so I was able to extend the other section and get it almost as long as I needed it. So close enough. So hey, things are looking up. This is the calm before the storm. Figuratively, and maybe literally as well, depending on what those clouds do. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty steep. There's the visitor center. I think I'm not. There's a cool breeze coming out of this cave, or crack in the rock, really. There's down. There's up. Looks like it's leveling off. There's Mount Washington from another side. So I walked over the other side, and then one of those is Madison, and walked down that slope and camped somewhere down there. I am on Carter Dome, 4,832 feet. A few views off over the trees. It was a haul to get up here.
Life objective, good to know what we're not going to do.
I am on Height Mountain. Wow. This last 3 miles or so has had a few smooth spots. Somebody's gonna have to come out here and rough it up. There's Washington. I am on Middle Carter Mountain. Wow. Wrapping up Day 125, even though it's the next morning. 17.8 miles hiked from the Osgood tent site to the Imp tent site where I am now, including, so they tell me, at the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center, the steepest mile on the AT. So that's what they told me. I don't know if that's true, but it was steep. I had some incredible views, and as the sun set while I was still on the trail, they got even better. So thank you, White Mountains, for those amazing views, and I had to work pretty hard to get them. So that's a wrap on day 125. I also wanted to add that I thought about having a rough afternoon the day before. I thought about just getting off trail after a few miles at Pinkham Notch and taking a couple of days. And but when I thought about it, I didn't want to take a zero on that note. I wanted to have a good day, and it was a good day on day 125. I'm kind of stubborn that way. My wife knows that, and so yeah. Now I'm gonna go half the day today, and take a zero tomorrow, and recover, rest the knees. They're stiff. They're not injured, but they are stiff, and plot out my course for heading north.